Yeah, it did go over his head, didn't it? Our next speaker is an exuberant young woman, and I look very much forward to hearing what she has to say, since every morning in first period I got to hear what she had to say all year long. Frequently, while I was going over cosines or tangents. Miss Juliana Rodriguez.
Good evening, guests, graduates, and faculty. I'd first like to say how honored I am to be given the opportunity to speak in front of you tonight. Now, I need you to do something for me. I know, demanding, right? I want you to imagine you're sitting in an airplane as it starts sprinting down the runway and begins to take off. You're in that moment between the earth and the sky, and everyone, preschoolers and senior citizens alike, all look out their windows to see their familiar world disappear beneath them. The world that has held them still for so long starts moving away. The engine roars, and for a moment, time seems to stand still. The girl across from you flips through Sky Mall, and half the men on the plane already snore, but you choose to look out your window, amazed at the sight. That's where we are now. That brief, bittersweet moment between 9 long years of elementary school and the beginning of high school, then college, and wherever life may take us afterwards. We've been given the support and encouragement to take off, and now, as we're in the air, we look out the window at all the little cities shrinking away. We look back at the places we've been. We reflect back on the memories we've made. As we soar higher and higher, every detail becomes simpler. The shapes stand out, and it's clear to us as to why some of our teachers did the things they did. No, note-taking wasn't just an assignment our teachers gave us when they were bored. It is a valuable life skill they want us to have for the future. No, AR reading wasn't just an invention by an evil band of children haters. It was a tool that sharpened our reading skills, which will really come in handy when evil children haters assign us huge textbooks to read without any pictures. We are leaving behind a familiar, comforting world as we head off into the unknown. This is the halfway moment. We're looking out the window, or maybe just dead asleep like the stranger sitting next to us, because maybe we just need a moment to catch our breaths. Our hearts are filled with anticipation of our next exciting destination, and our stomachs get a little queasy with the jump of the plane and the slight nervousness we might have about starting high school. But yet, here we are, flying. Graduates, I ask you to look around you. You're surrounded by people who love you. You may not know all of them very well, but they are just like you, on the same journey, going through the same things as you. Graduates, I ask you to look back on your elementary, middle school experiences. Look back on the memories as you leave them behind on your journey. Graduates, I ask you to look forward to your next destination. Do you have a little jolt of excitement or nervousness in your stomach? 8th grade was filled with many moments, as all years are, and sometimes it was the smallest moments that were the most powerful and the most memorable. It's that moment when you turn around to your best friend in the middle of class for a perfectly executed "that's what she said" joke. It's that moment in math class, the first week of school, when Mr. Kramer lectures you for talking and threatens to turn you into a pony. Although if you ask him, I'm sure he'll deny this ever happened. It's that moment in Miss Colby's class, during one of her many commercial breaks, in which she teaches us a valuable life lesson outside of the curriculum. It's that moment when Miss Heddick or Miss Kilgore has to awkwardly explain a perverted Shakespeare joke. It's that moment in science when Mr. Nonamaker runs into tables and spills water everywhere just to teach about science safety. It's that moment when Miss Hogle embarrasses you and your new boyfriend. I learned not to tell Miss Hogle anything unless you want the entire school to know. It's that moment when you finally stop counting down the days until school ends because you want time to slow down, just for a week. We plead for time to speed up when it's finals week, but to please slow down and let these last few days of school drag on. I think we can all agree that time doesn't slow down for anything, even if it's for that one moment you want to spend with your best friend who after 9 years decided to take a different flight than you. Fellow graduates, I cannot think of a more perfect class to share these moments with. Every single teacher we have had in middle school has explained how we are one of the best groups of kids to have gone through the middle school program, and it's true. We are a group of kids that is dedicated to our passions, and being Bear Creek Bears, we work hard to achieve excellence. We are scholars and athletes and musicians and artists. Each one of us has so many unique qualities that it's impossible to put a label on any of us. From working with Senate all year, I've discovered another layer to my fellow classmates. You are a group of people who understands the importance of giving back. This year in Senate, we had more dedicated 8th graders join than I thought imaginable. My advice to you all is to never change. Sure, grow a few more inches, learn some more, and maybe, just maybe, stop procrastinating. But stay true to the wonderful people you are. Never stop being the caring, devoted, fun-loving classmates I've grown up with. You each have so much to offer the world, and you will make such big differences. Fellow graduates, don't forget to keep giving back as you climb your ladders of success. And don't forget to thank the people who have gotten you here tonight. You see, we aren't going on our individual journeys alone. Your parents, the faculty, and your good friends have all stood by you and supported you and helped you take off. Pack up your luggage, the lessons you've learned inside and outside of class throughout the years and the memories you've made. Take them along with you. Take along the week at Outdoor Lab, take along day in Denver and Young Ameritown. Take along the spirit weeks and the school dances. Take along the smiles and the laughter, and take along the failures you've grown from. Bear Creek, no matter how difficult at times, has given us each such an advantage as we start high school. Remember that to those who have been given great things are expected. And know that great things are definitely expected from this group. As you look back, I hope you don't regret anything you've done, because hey, if it made you smile, it's probably worth all the trouble you got in. Don't regret anything, because our failures and our experiences have shaped us into the people we are today. Middle school. It's looking at the 5th graders and thinking, was I ever really that short? It's looking at the 6th graders and thinking, was I ever that hyper? It's looking back at the 7th graders and thinking, was I ever that annoying? Yes, you were. We all were. All of us have grown so much these past few years. Before I was in middle school, I never watched an episode of Glee. I didn't know who Lady Gaga was, and my friends and I were still the little kids whose form of flirting with guys was pushing them down a slide. Before I was in middle school, and without all of the support and unbroken dedication of all of our teachers, I would have never been able to write a speech and talk in front of you tonight. Middle school has made such an impact on all of us in different ways. So now that we've reminisced, you're probably thinking it's time to start looking forward, thinking about our futures, planning ahead. Well, no, not tonight. There will be plenty of time to start preparing, but tonight is about celebrating what we've accomplished. Surviving middle school, Bear Creek. Take a moment and just have fun and be an idiot. We deserve it. You will never hear me say this again, but stop thinking just for a moment. Make this moment last a lifetime. I don't believe that we will be saying goodbye to one another tonight. Looking at this beautiful group of young men and women, I can't imagine that in the future we will not stay in contact. Because after all, once a Bear Creek Bear, always a Bear Creek Bear. Wherever our destinations may be in life, we have all boarded from the same terminal, and we are all united with the common experiences we share. Congratulations, class of 2011. High school won't know what hit them.
This is always 2 graduations for us at this time of year. We think about our students that are graduating